Pokémon, a franchise that took the world by storm and defined the childhoods of many. It has only gotten more popular with time, but what was Pokémon like way back then? More specifically, how has competitive Pokémon changed over the years for those striving to be the very best? Now that is exactly what we are here to find out. In this series, Jeexx and I will embark on an adventure to be the very best, exploring through time and space to rediscover Pokémon's past formats. In each episode, both of us will bring two teams and battle it out in a best of 3 match, and the one who wins with both teams first is crowned the champion of the episode. We hope you enjoy this trip to Pokemon's evolution with us. Welcome to the Pokemon Progression Series, A Journey Through Time. Generation 4, Sinnoh, with Diamond, Pearl and Platinum, based on the North Hokkaido region of Japan, was the generation where I myself started my Pokemon journey. It added 107 new Pokemon, and while the number of changes that happened this generation were not as plentiful as the previous generations, it introduced one of the single most influential ones in the history of the franchise, the physical special split. This changed the previous type determines whether a move is physical or special to a system where now individual moves each have this determined separately, allowing Pokemon like Sneasel to now take advantage of their stat moves using their dominant offensive stat. Some other impactful changes were Sandstorm now giving rock types a 50% speed F boost, the absolutely massive addition of Stealth Rock, arguably the single most important move in competitive singles history, as well as the addition of obviously even more items like the rest of the choice items, Scarf and Specs, and the Life Orb, which allowed for Pokemon to leverage their health to boost their offensive prowess even further, as well as type resist berries, which could allow Pokemon to live moves they normally wouldn't be able to. Guys and gals, welcome back to the Pokemon Progress series and welcome to Generation 4. I am so happy that we finally made it here. Well, not finally. I feel like we've actually made it here like in quite rapid pace, but I'm excited to finally today be playing this format, and with a new generation I think I'll also try to make my team breakdowns shorter, because I've once again noticed that they've been getting extremely long. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. And our first team I've just titled Offense, and starting us off we have Infernape. I had to include my boy Infernape here, and it is a Adamant Nature with a Choice Scarf. I think like a Jolly Band is the most common set, but a Scarf with Adamant Nature still gives us like a lot of punching power, but I really like the speed tier that you can get with this, and like you're still hitting extremely hard. We still have Mach Punch here, mostly if we get our Scarf knocked off, but more often than not, like we're just going to be clicking U-turn anyway, and then we just have Flare Blitz and Close Combat as just the strongest like 120 stab options for us. Next, we have a Lucario with a Life Orb, Inner Focus, SD, Extreme Speed, Close Combat, and a Bullet Punch. Adamant Nature, because 2 of our 3 attacking moves are priority moves anyway. And then Close Combat, once again, just as the most powerful move. Just the Lucario is here to sweep late game after we've delivered some chip and hopefully spread some status. And the Lucario is just there to clean up later. Obviously, my favorite Pokemon of all time. He was always going to be on the team. Next we have a Swampert here as our Stealth Walker, and not your like standard Swampert set. Instead, I have decided to go for a lot more offensive focus, giving it the modest nature and maxing out its special attack. With Ice Beam, Earth Power, Hydro Pump giving us a really nice coverage. And finally, thanks to the physical special split, like we can use Earth Power, don't need to use Earthquake, we can just go all in on special attack. And obviously this way I hit stuff that would be like more physically defensive. A lot harder with Earth Power, thanks to our investment. But obviously Swampert has a naturally like higher attack stat, so like going for Earthquake over Earth Power is still like sometimes more valuable, but here I've decided to go all special here. Next time our Latias. Obviously we do need some defenses here as well. So initially I was gonna go for, just because I wanted to like obviously showcase the new items, I wanted to do a Scarf, Nape, and Specs Latias, but I really like that it felt when I'm already going like offensive. Obviously I could have like gone for a more defensive Swampert at that point, but I feel like Swampert's coverage is actually really nice for the tier of a like more offensive Swampert. So that's why it's really nice being able to blow up stuff like Flygon and even like threaten stuff like Tyranitar a lot. And so as well as just straight up clean up Aerodactyl, which otherwise would be really problematic for this team. But Latias, I decided to pivot into a more defensive set. Ice Beam, Roar, Recover, and Thunder Wave. Initially, I was running Thunderbolt here as well, and then I decided to go for Roar, because there's actually a lot of stuff like Jirachi and Heatran that are really scary behind a substitute. And obviously with our like sets, even with Thunderbolt, like it didn't feel like you could realistically break through the subs, so that's why we have Roar here, just for the subs, because obviously we only have Stealth Fox of Swampert, so we're not really going to be stacking hazards and be able to take advantage of that. But Roar's still there. Recover, obviously for the recovery, Thunder Wave there, mostly to help our sweepers like Lucario late game, and then Ice Beam is our move of choice to threaten like other Lotties, Leos, as well as stuff like Flygon, even Gliscor. Gliscor isn't that scary because it doesn't have Poison Heal yet, so I don't know how likely it is for Jeexx to run Gliscor, but if it shows up, then it also works for that. Then we have Tyranitar here with the Band, Crunch, Pursuit, Stone Edge, and Earthquake with maxed out attack. Like, good luck taking any of these hits, like... especially like nice to like Choice Band with Pursuit means that we're threatening chaos on squishier psychic types and ghost types, even if they don't switch out. Like stuff like Gengar would just explode. Obviously, like a lot of those Mons now also have access to Focus Blast, which is scary, but in addition to that, Generation 4 giving them Focus Blast, it's also given us a 50% speed F boost on Understand on rock types, which is obviously really nice. Unfortunately, because of the quadruple weakness and just how hard Focus Blast hits, it still should like just straight up click Chaos, but still, like, I'm just here to click moves and give us Sandstorm. Obviously, half our team has Sand Immunity as well, which is pretty nice. And then finally, we have Rotom Wash. I really needed, like, another, like, defensive Mon. And Rotom Wash having also Levitate, just like Latias, because as you can see, like, weak to ground, weak to ground, weak to ground. I really need to be able to switch into, like, Earthquake and such. So that's why I wanted 2 immunities. So Rotom works out perfect for that, because it also gives me Will-O-Wisp. It's also just defensive. So Rotom, like, although, like, Lati is also, like, invested in... quite heavily into physical defenses. I'm still like more using this as our like special wall, and Tyranitar obviously can work as a special wall as well, because thanks to Sandstorm, like this gets bumped up to like over 300. But like Rotom Wash is here just as a dedicated like physical wall. Maximum max out defenses with Will-O-Wisp, able to burn the target, obviously really good. Then Rest and Sleep Talk for longevity. Thunderbolt here as well. Obviously Volt Switch isn't a thing yet, so Thunderbolt gives us a nice way to hit grass types, water types that we actually really struggle to hit otherwise. Something like Swampert for this team is actually going to be a really big issue. Jeexx ends up using that, but hopefully, let's hope that he doesn't use Swampert. And really fast breakdowns, by the way. And for the second team, we're starting us off with Roserade, more of a like dedicated lead here with Spikes and Toxic Spikes both. Sludge Bomb there as well to not let something like Celebi or a what's his face, Breloom just freely set up on us, and then Hidden Power Ice once again there for coverage for stuff like Flygon or the Lotties, or more importantly, something like Dragonite. Because Dragonite is really scary, because like obviously even if we poison it, like I think like most of the time you'd really want to run Lumberry on Dragonite, because something like a Thunder Wave hitting Dragonite is super devastating. So I think like, I don't think you usually need something like Life Orb on it. I've said like so many times in the past 20 seconds. So like having access to Hidden Power Ice to be able to hit that, and not just be relying on Sludge Bomb to hopefully poison it twice before it just sweeps through our entire team, which as you can see, like our team is very weak to Dragonite otherwise. It's there for that. And then we're just maxing out our physical bulk, where obviously Roserade very especially bulky naturally. Speaking of bulky, we have a more bulky set for Heatran here. Lefties, Flash Fire, Stealth Rock, Fire Blast, Earth Power, and Explosion. I've decided to forego a Steel move, because if you look at the tier, like there's not actually that many moves that that you really need to have a Steel move, or really would want a Steel move even on. And even something like Tyranitar, like we can hit with Earth Power, obviously slightly weaker, but still like it gives us so much more coverage. Especially like if we're facing like opposing Heatran, like Earth Power obviously just kills them straight up. And I've also decided to have Explosion here. Explosion still like has target damage. I guess defense during damage calculation. So if we can like spread some status and maybe get rid of our opponent's fire types, which is mostly what Heatran is here for, because obviously double grass type with a steel type as well, we're very fire weak. That's why having flash fire is so nice. Then we can just boom on something, hopefully trade for 1-for-1, and then clean up late game with something like our Dragonite. Speaking of cleaning up, we have Rapid Spinner, our dedicated Rapid Spinner here in Starmie. Same thing here, like just maxed out HP and speed. Has access to recover as well. Natural Cure, obviously being able to just soak status is really nice. Same thing here with Roserade. Like I said, Lumberry on Dragonite, 2 Natural Cures. We really don't want to get hit by something like Thunder Wave, so that's why it's nice to have these status absorbers. Thunderbolt Surf here just to hit for coverage. As hard as possible. We already have like enough our eyes on Roserade. We have Ice Punch here as well on Dragonite. So I've decided I'd rather go for these. And then next we have Breloom, one of my favorite mons of all time, and just like probably top 10 shinies of all time for me. Unfortunately, it doesn't have access to Technician yet, so we're going the other route with Toxic Orb and Poison Heal, which like Breloom is not... It's not bulky by any means, like 60 and 80 base defenses and 60 base HP is very little. Like we can't reliably make it a, which I was initially like thinking of like making it a substitute set. But obviously it kind of serves the same purpose with Spore being a 100% accurate sleep move, and having access to Focus Punch alongside that is really nice. And then we just have Seed Bomb here as our other stab, and Mach Punch to pick off any low HP targets. And obviously it's stuff like Tyranitar guaranteed for a lot of damage. Because like a Scarf Tyranitar is actually going to be pretty scary still. Because even though it can't really touch us because of our typing, it's still like Breloom, like I said, very squishy. So still need to be afraid of that. Then Jirachi, my favorite mythical of all time, with lefties here. Serene Grace, absolutely broken on Jirachi. Body Slam, 60% chance to paralyze the target. Iron Head, 60% chance to make them flinch. You paralyze them with Body Slam, then you're clicking Iron Head. It doesn't matter if they don't have recovery. They're going to die or you're going to run out of PP because they will never get to move. Fire Punch is there, mostly, like I said, like there are a lot of like really good steel types and grass types in the tier, so Fire Punch is there for coverage, also 20% chance to burn, which is nice. And finally substitutes as well, because like obviously with our like Body Slam being 60% chance to paralyze, the chances for us getting a free sub off are very high, and that's why we're running substitute. We're also running for HP, because you can get that very nicely off a base 100 HP Mon. So obviously now seismic stuff like Blissey's Seismic Toss can break our sub, which is really good. And then finally our like actual win con in this team, Dragonite with the Lumberry, Inner Focus. There unfortunately no access to multiscale yet. Dragonite is just a really reliable sweeper. Dragon Dance and Extreme Speed obviously really good. Earthquake there to hit for coverage, and then I've decided to go for Ice Punch. Usually I would like to go Fire Punch for my Dragonite, but because we have that already on Jirachi as well, like a dedicated like fire type mon in Heatran, I decided that it was a little bit of an overkill, and like I would then like probably be missing ice coverage more, so that's why I decided to go for Ice Punch instead. Obviously I could have like changed things around, but I feel like Jirachi being able to hit steel types with Fire Punch is more valuable because we have extra Earthquake here for Dragonite, so unless the steel type is something like Bronzong, so it's a Levitator, then like this shouldn't matter. But Ice Punch, very nice coverage, because like this was basically like I was contemplating like between Ice Punch and Dragon Claw, and I guess you could go for Outrage as well, but I don't like Outrage. But like if you want to hit dragons, I feel like Ice Punch is nice for that anyway, and then it also gives you more coverage for stuff like Gliscor and Flygon. You could just evaporate Flygon, who's a fellow Dragon Dancer, obviously. So I feel like Ice Punch was just made more sense than having an actual dragon move. But yeah, really brief team breakdowns later. Sorry, I'm very excited to be playing a Generation 4. But yeah, I really want to stop Jeexx's win streak before it gets going, and there would be no better time to do it than to start us off with the W on Generation 4. But primarily, my first goal here is just to pay more attention to the timer and just not lose the timer. If we can do that, then like we can go from there. But hopefully you enjoyed the team breakdown, enjoy Jeexx as well, and afterwards I will see y'all in the battle zone.
Okay, so we are playing Gen 4 OU. I was about to say 3. I am running Umbreon, Alakazam, Lucario, Empoleon, Gliscor, and Blissey. Umbreon with Rest, Sucker Punch, Toxic, Hidden Power Fire, Psychic, Focus Blast, Energy Ball, Hidden Power Grass for Alakazam, and Lucario with Bullet Punch, Close Combat, Rock Slide, Sword Stance, Empoleon, Surf, Knockoff, Flash Cannon, Stealth Rock, and Gliscor with Stealth Rock, Poison Jab, Protect, Toxic, Heal Bell, Soft Wall, Seismic Toss, Toxic for Blissey. I'm trying to spread a lot of Toxic here. I'm praying that he's not running like a fucking Natural Cure on his team, or Heal Bell on, no, not Natural Cure, Heal Bell or whatever Rose Raid had. He probably will, but, you know, I'm praying that he's not, because, you know, please don't. He did say something about a team, like, insta-losing to Alakazam, so I'm kind of curious what that team is gonna be. But we'll see. I might even consider still swapping out Choice Specs for, like, Focus Sash to just take a hit. Because I'm presumably gonna one-shot everything, right? I'm presumably gonna be clicking this and killing anything. So, or clicking Psychic, clicking Energy Ball, or clicking Focus Blast, and hoping... Wait, I have 2 Grass Moves. I wasn't supposed to do Grass Moves. I wanted to give this thing some other... I think electric would make the most sense. Yes, because I do not have any electric moves in here. That's what I was going for anyhow. Yeah. But yeah, like I probably might still be changing this. We'll see. You'll see that in the match itself. But yeah, then Umbreon with leftovers. So Rest, Sucker Punch, Toxic, Hidden Power Fire, Lucario with Life Orb, and a bunch of attacking moves and a SD. Empoleon with leftovers, and Gliscor and Blissey with leftovers. For the second team, we have Bronzong, Scizor, Celebi, Heatran, Rotom-Wash, and Tyranitar. Bronzong with Trick Room, because we're trying to go for a Trick Room setup here. We have 2 Pokemon with Trick Room, and for the most part, I've tried to... I think I still need to adjust to these, but I adjust these later, but I just figured I'm gonna make a Giga slow team, because like Scizor is already fairly slow. It's got 166. I could probably drop this to 0 even. I also have Bullet Punch and SD and Brick Break here. You can make the argument that, oh, you're running Bullet Punch, it doesn't really matter if you're faster anyway. But then the rest of the team are Giga Slow, so might as well go for this. Might as well try. But yeah, Trick Room, Gyro Ball, Stealth Rock, Psychic, BP, SD, Brick Break, Roost, Trick Room, Heal Bell, U-Turn, Psychic, Lava Plume, Roar, Stealth Rock, Rest, and Discharge, Hydro Pump, Shadow Ball, Hidden Power, Fighting, and Crunch, Earthquake, Stealth Rock, Curse for T-Tar. Leftovers, Choice Specs, leftovers. Didn't really go for much. But yeah, I'm really interested to see how this is going to perform. Like, I'm mostly keen on seeing if Curse T-Tar with Trick Room and, like, Stealth Rock is going to be strong enough to do anything. So, good luck with the games.
But yeah, I'm going to be finishing my food, and I mean, I can also eat as we start playing the games. But, Generation 4 OU, any thoughts?
Technician, Bullet Punch, Sword Stance, Brick Break, Roost.
That's awesome.
Yep, that's my thoughts.
It was so funny when you said the like see when I asked you about like the time okay for today, and then you were like, oh yeah, I forgot to make the teams again. Well, Scizor and Alakazam go burr, and then like I literally just look at my teams and I'm like, oh yeah, Alakazam fucking smokes my pack.
Hell yeah.
But we're gonna figure it out somehow. But
I did like make a, I would say this is a fairly interesting team.
Oh shit.
It's not just a Scizor click Bullet Punch after SD, brrr, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because I can't really do that yet, because in this generation, Scizor doesn't really have moves that are like extremely good for doing that.
Yeah.
Because it still kind of falls to the fact that Brick Break isn't really strong. It's obviously like 75 BP in this, which is really good for like what it is. Because in Gen 3 it was completely worthless, pretty much. 75 is really good. Destroy screens, it's really good. And And then I think it's Gen 6 or was it 8 where he gets close combat? Where after that it's like, okay, you can actually just double SD and then kind of just hopefully outspeed shit and one-shot them.
Yeah,
and
I think
with Bullet Punch, you're killing everything that can kill you anyway.
Yeah, I think he gets CC in 7 or 8. I want to say it's 8. Sword and Shield. Gun to my head,
Okay.
I would say 8.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
Because I don't remember using CC Scizor myself, and Gen 8 was when I like played very little. And actually almost only played VGC competitive. I don't think I played competitive singles at all in Gen 8.
I don't know if Scizor would be good in VGC. Mostly just because the fact that it has good utility. It has Tailwind, it has Roost, it has like fairly good attacking moves, but I feel because it doesn't even have Fake Out. I think.
He's been used as like a sweeper. He's been used, but he's like never like demon to use.
Because he also doesn't have spread moves, right?
Yep.
Like I think overall, there's a lot better Mons you could use. The main reason you would use him is just the fact that he's not immune, like he doesn't have more than one weakness, but then you have 2 Mons to be worried about hitting you for that weakness, and you are frail as fuck to it. So.
Yep. In general, like Scizor is definitely like way better in singles than in VGC.
Yeah.
But yeah. For my teams, it was literally both of my teams are like, well, 4 mons that I really like. And then after that, I was like, all right, what 2 should I throw in here to make these teams like more cohesive? Like literally that's a thing for both of my teams. Like in some cases, it's like, all right, I still need a Gen 4 mon here. Or in another case, it's like, all right, I need like something more to add to my defensive core.
I can't really relate to this, but I feel like that's probably how I should build my next team. Because in this time, it was like literally Scizor, Alakazam. I'm gonna make a team that like runs around these guys, and then I didn't even make a team that works around these guys in the end. I just put in enough mons to meet the quota. That was it.
Yeah, I like the, hey, by the way, do different rotoms count for different? They're like, all right.
I was legit like wondering if I could have like a wash, a fan, and whatnot. Like even a full team of rotoms, you know?
Yeah, no, I don't think you can even like do that on Showdown because it's gonna give like in your team, it's gonna give you a species clause, but yeah, any sort of form, it's still the same. So if we at some point have like you have Alolan Persian and Persian, you can only have one of those 2 in your between your teams. But at the same time, Alolan Persian counts for a Gen 7 Pokemon.
Me when I have Berserker and Persian on my team, and I'm told, that's the same Pokemon.
Actually, that's different because Berserker is just a different Pokemon.
Let's go. See, they should have just done this the whole time. Why is it an Alolan Persian and then it's a Berserker? Like, come on, guys. Just come up with a new name for it. Like, call the first form Alolan Meowth or Galarian Meowth or whatever, but call the final evolution of it different. I think that makes more sense, and I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Because you can have the same same Pokemon in different regions evolve differently into actually different Pokemon.
I also just like them giving like evolutionized new final forms like Obstagoon, even though the mon was garbage. Like, it's cool that Linoon actually got an evolution.
Yeah. And Sneasler as well, like from his Sneasler.
Yeah.
Right?
That
and that thing is really good too.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
poison fighting, dude, and it's not dog shit.
30% chance to sleep or confuse or poison. It's like, what the fuck do you mean 30% chance to sleep?
Wait, what?
It has a signature move that has a 30% chance to either confuse, poison, or sleep the target.
Wait, what the fuck is this move?
It's is it Dire Claw? Dire Claw is the item.
50% chance.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
What?
Yeah, my bad. Sorry, I tried to make balance in my head, I guess.
My bad. And also, Poison Touch. This Pokemon's contact moves have a 30% chance of poisoning. So you could have a 30% on top of the 50%. Very fun!
Yeah, some of the Hisuian Mons are fucked up. It's
it has
when we get
Unburden.
to Gen 9, because it's also obviously the PLA Mons, they don't have their own like actual game, so it's gonna be for us Gen 9. Gen 9 being the craziest power creep yet in general, and then like on top having the Hisuian Mons. If there's one generation where you're not gonna struggle putting 2 Mons from the current generation, it's probably gonna be that. Because I think like a lot of teams are just gonna be like Gen 9 Mons in general, which is pretty funny. Oh yeah, do I have my sets in the calc? I do. Yippee.
Yippee!
But yeah,
This Pokemon is nuts. What does the shiny even look like? Damn, that's actually not bad. What the hell? Sneasler. It goes from being like silver and purple to being like goldish black and yellow.
Oh yeah, the shiny.
It's pretty cool.
It is.
Usually, like, I feel like a lot of shinies are kind of ass, but I think they get better about that later on.
Mm-hmm. For today, my personal goal: pay attention to the timer and don't lose to timeout. That's where
Let's go.
I'm at.
We lose this one, guys.
But yeah, I'm good to go if you're good to go.
Yep.
In that case,
Meowths are equal. Says Peruga.
All Meowths are equal. Oh wait, I need
no discrimination.
I need to find an avatar for myself for this one.
Am I still Steven? Yeah, I'm still
I think
Steven.
you've always been Steven, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
It should be like that.
I think this makes sense. We'll go with this.
I'm always picking Rock.
It is true. But yeah, I'll challenge you in just a second, and remember to validate your teams, and I'll see you in a second.
Yep.
Good luck, gamer.
Good luck with the games.
All right, and I said remember to validate your teams because I realized that I haven't done that, so whoops. Okay, thank God. We're good, and the empty team is there, so I can add, once again, Mons to track. And let's go challenge. I'm obviously giving away my lead by being Flint here, but I think that's fine. Oh yeah, wait. Gen 4 OU is here, and we're gonna start with this. And I guess let's see what happens. Why am I also stressed? I'm always stressed with these. I don't know why. Alright, immediately the Alakazam. That's terrifying. But this is like, I have these 2 Mons to actually deal with this thing. I'm gonna assume, I mean, it could be Specs. If I'm him, I'm either Sub-Core Mind with Psychic and Focus Blast, or Sub with Focus Blast, Psychic and Hidden Power Ice or Fire probably. But I do have, this is Adamant Scarf, so if he's not Scarfed, I do think I kill this with U-turn in 1. I think the common, like, Infernape set is, like, Jolly Band, and I'm Adamant Choice Scarf. I wanted to do that because in some, like, cases you can maybe, oh thank God, you can maybe bait out, what's his face? You can maybe bait out something, but we don't get any information other than he's running like a Sam. Now what would he go into is the question. I think I'll just go into my rocker. Yeah, that doesn't give us like a lot of information, but we do get a little bit. I'm also offensive Swampert, which I don't think like I wouldn't assume this to be the, but I don't hate him staying in, because like I don't think usually you would go Scarf Nape, but part of it was because I mean Scarf is new, and so I obviously want to showcase the new stuff, but at the same, oh, Umbreon, okay. Umbreon has given me a lot of issues in the past. I know, actually, does he have taunt? He's 166. So he's faster than me. Does Umbreon get taunt? I would assume so. Yeah, it does. Would he be taunt? And am I willing to take the risk? If he toxics me, I think I'm fine with it. I'm gonna rock here. Okay, he's slower, and it is toxic. No surprises there. Toxic, all right. And he's slower than me. I could check for something. He could be a Wish Protector or something, though. I don't think this would have anything to touch Lucario, though. I don't like unveiling Lucario this early, but I think, like, Gliscor. That's a good double back, though. I like it. That's obviously really good for him. I don't think there's anything that I want to do here. I'm just going to immediately go into this thing. Alright, here's the procs. So we have a Gliscor as the Stealth Rocks with lefties. I think Ice Beam is super obvious. I kind of want a Thunder Wave. I'm gonna Ice Beam. Okay. Blissey, very bulky team. Okay. And we do unveil this, so he has a very bulky team. So now I'm kind of regretting not having a Toxicer here. I think he gets a free, obviously lefties as well. I think he gets a, the issue here is Natural Cure. I can still like sweep this with Lucario. I'm gonna Roar. Okay, Seismic Toss, that's fine. We'll Roar this thing out, we get more information. Alright, Empoleon. Interesting. I don't think there's gonna be much he can do to us though. I'm just gonna, did this have also, okay, this is also lefty, so he's very bulky. Defog doesn't do anything at this point. He's probably gonna have Ice Beam though, which is the big issue here. I wanna see, Ice Beam does not actually that much to us. I can scout it for it with Recover, but I think, I mean, I'm faster. I'm gonna Thunder Wave. Knock off, okay. Knock didn't do like anything, which makes sense. I don't think he's, is he gonna be able to hit me with anything though? Let's see, because if he doesn't have a move to hit me with, I could technically stall this thing out. Knock off a Flash Cannon. There's also a world where I bring out this thing here. The issue is I really need to preserve Lucario, because Lucario is my way to deal with both of these mons, and like Lucario looks incredible in the late game here. I'm just gonna go now into my Rotom here. Okay, we get a Para here. I could T-Bolt, which is very obvious. I think, this guy, I see these names. I mean, it is my favorite generation, so it needs to be, you know. I think the Thunderbolt is so obvious. I'm gonna Will-O-Wisp. Am I? I think Burning Gliscor is so big, though. I'm gonna Willow. I think Thunderbolt is so obvious. But what if he gives it to me? Would he overpredict here? I'm gonna make a prediction at this point. I think I have like good tempo. But we have a knockoff and Flash Cannon, so it's probably gonna be then Ice Beam and Pump, right? Yeah, we do have a toss on this one. No surprise there. I mean, oh, okay. That was very risky by him. I'm gonna Thunderbolt because now he might think that I don't have an electric move. Is he especially defensive? Because that is a very risky move to make. He might go into Gliscor now, but I don't mind. 66 into knockoff. So let me see now. I did 66 to Empoleon. Wait, I have the wrong set here. Fuck. Oh, fuck, that's my set. 66, so it is specially defensive. Okay. I do kill it with another one though, and I don't think I want to risk it with Gliscor. So I'm gonna go for a rest here. Rest is very safe. But I do need to, I have the wrong set here. I probably like mix up Rose Raids and this one's sets. Because, you know. So I'm gonna go for this one. And now when I look for a Rotom Wash, it should be, it's the wrong set. Let me refresh this page. I want to show imported sets and now Rotom Wash. Okay, there we go. Okay. Blizzy. Okay, that's good. He's probably gonna toss here. Natural Cure doesn't do that much on this. I think at this point though, 0 turns of sleep on Rotom. I'm putting this here just so I remember. I don't think this can... He could have Thunder Wave, which would be really devastating. I could go... Actually, I don't really need T-Tar in this game, right? I can go T-Tar here and just click buttons. I'm gonna do that. Because if I go Tyranitar here, and we look at Blissey, I do like a good amount with everything. Actually, no, you know what? I'm gonna do it here. Seismic Toss? Heal Bell. Okay, well, that's... If he doesn't have Thunder Wave, this is massive. The big issue here is Gliscor. I'm gonna SD up, though. Actually, do I SD up? Do I just predict Gliscor coming in? The issue here is that I can't lose Lucario, because otherwise I don't deal with Blissey at all. I could call out Gliscor coming in now, and do I just call out Gliscor? I call out Gliscor here. I think it's a free switch in for him. Okay, perfect. Now the thing here is, I definitely kill a Gliscor with Ice Beam, yes. Hydro Pump also kills, and I think that hits a lot more in his team. So obviously, Ika Miss is the issue though. He could be Protect. I'm gonna click Ice Beam. No, I'm gonna Pump. I'm just really hoping that we hit this. So he has Heal Bell, which does make sense, definitely. But let's put that down. Heal Bell, lefties here, okay. Umbreon, yeah, that makes sense. I'm glad I pumped. Good amounts. Now he's gonna know that we're... But yeah, this is this thing toxic? This thing is like what's one of my like biggest issues in my team. I don't think it has much you can do to Nape though. I'm gonna go Nape. Sucker Punch. Interesting. A very interesting Umbreon set. I don't hate it though. Now I'm pretty sure I just kill with close combat, but I'd rather generate more. He stayed in. Okay, I could have taken this KO. How much do I do with Pump? 29, so I can't kill it with Pump. Can I kill this with a Stone Edge? Because Stone Edge is kinda free. 64, easily. I'm gonna go into T-Tar here. Let's also get sand up, because sand is like nice. Obviously, he doesn't mind sand either. I'm scared of the last mon here. But like everything here, like this is a choice banded Stone Edge. And like Earthquake could also happen. So like nothing in his team really takes this easily. Also, I'm 20 seconds left, so I need to pay attention to the timer. That might be a game losing miss, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna click it again though. But that is devastating. Now, do I need to call out him going into Empoleon or something? I do. No, I don't. I Stone Edge again. Fuck. Okay, they're... Dude. Well, unfortunately, we do need to sack something here, I think, now. I need to go into this and roar. And just hope he doesn't kill me. But that might be a game-losing Stone Edge miss. I'm so low. Okay. I can't even calc this. I'm gonna hit a T-Wave. But I think we lose here, unfortunately. That is so frustrating. I am physically defensive on Rotom, so there is still a chance. If I get a Will-O-Wisp on a Thunderbolt Para on the Sleep Talk, then we're still fine. Okay, perfect. We're still in this, but because he doesn't have damage left. I just need to get Chip on Gliscor and then bring in Lucario. I do think this is the sack at this point, though. No, I didn't sack it. Swampert does less at this point, I think. So I'd rather sack Swampert. Assuming that he's even faster than me. Do I just click pump? Swampert and Empoleon. Hydro Pump doesn't kill. I'm still gonna click it. I'm gonna die to this. This thing probably has Wish, right? Us not dying there is actually really bad. I'm gonna go T-Tar here. I don't think he switches. I want to keep this as a sack. I don't think he switches here. Yeah. I can hit this thing with Pursuits. Or I can click Earthquake. But at this point, I'm just gonna click Crunch. Don't run out of time, Jeexx. And he lost due to inactivity. Let's see if we just talk this thing out again. Hey up.
Hello. Yeah, so at that point I was like, oh yeah, I clicked Seismic Toss here because I'm not sure if it kills me with anything, and then I forgot to click Seismic Toss.
That's fair. Luckily, I don't think it mattered, because like at this point, like this basically, I need Gliscor to get a little bit of chip, and then Lucario kills your entire team. So yeah. At this point, it's basically just like, can I get chip on Gliscor? And like when you did softboiled, I'm assuming you're not softboiled and Wish, right?
No.
Okay.
I am just softball. I was thinking about Wish originally, but then I was like, well, if I click Wish, this thing will probably just explode before it actually goes off, so...
I was so, like, when I missed those Stone Edges, I was like, I think this is where I lose. But thankfully, I mean, I had a 66% chance to, like, get myself back in with Rotom, because, like, if it called a Thunderbolt or Will-O-Wisp, like both of those, then I'm fine. But... if it called rest and then you just kill me, I think at that point, I mean, I wouldn't lose. Actually, I guess we can figure out if I would have lost or not. I go Infernape, I'm at 72. I'm going to eat from rocks 12. basically it's do I die to extreme speed
+2.
at +2, and because I
Oh,
think
didn't
I
have
do.
EX. I didn't have a. I had a BP close combat rock slide.
Oh, okay. Then it didn't matter because I was like, if you, because e-speed, yeah, e-speed would have killed it. So at that point, like if you had e-speed and I get the 33%, you just kill me. Then at that point you just win because e-speed
would have been
obviously
100%, yeah.
over Nape. But the idea behind Scarf Nape was the more like common set I think is banned, like Jolly banned. So I was Adamant Scarf because it gave me like a really nice speed tier could be to be it's basically everything that's not scarfed, even some boosted stuff. And it also gave me a chance to deal with Scarf Tyranitar, which otherwise against this team is actually really good. Because I'm offensive Swampert and not defensive. It's a 3 attack Swampert with Stealth Fox.
You had a defensive Rotom instead, right?
Yeah, Rotom is it's Will-O-Wisp with max defense. It's literally by one like defensive wall.
I was looking at the calcs after I hit it with Lucario for like 37%. I was like, that's not right. And +2. What do you mean it doesn't kill from this percentage?
Yeah.
And the answer was, oh yeah, it's max defense. That explains a lot.
There's Tyranitar, there's Nape, there's Lucario, there are so many so terrifying physical attackers. I was like, I don't give a shit. Give this a max defense, give it Will-O-Wisp. I don't give a shit. I'm not dealing with these fucking physical sweepers in this tier.
Yeah. Overall, I think like this team was mostly obviously just created because I wanted to throw in Alakazam first and click Psychic, and then I got hit with the fucking Scarf Nape. I was like, this shit ain't outspeeding me. They're the best possible thing you could possibly have. This is on like a band, and then you have less speed than I do. I click, brrr, and you die. And then I die. I'm like, oh, Scarfed. Okay.
Yeah. So
never mind.
This was literally the team where I was talking about that, where like my way of dealing with Alakazam is my Nape, because otherwise I just explode to everything. I mean, we can talk about the sets later, because obviously like it could go to a game 3 where you're gonna play this, so I don't want you like talking about your sets and talk about those. It was basically just like because it was another inactivity thing, but luckily in this case I don't think it mattered, because it was basically just like a situation where I just need chip on Gliscor and then Lucario just cleans up. So
yeah. I feel like my Gliscor set wasn't the best because I had Poison Jab, Protect, Toxic, Stealth Rock. I was thinking towards the end there that like I'm not really doing much because there's so many steel types in this tier. I should probably be running something other than Poison Jab.
Yeah.
I was thinking, oh yeah, the stab on Poison Jab making it 120 base power and 30% chance to poison is really good, but I still probably would prefer to have Toxic on them over the poison. So I probably should have been running something like EQ, honestly. Like legitimately, if this was EQ, I think this would have gone really differently as well.
Jeexx, I would like you to check what typing Gliscor is.
Why is it ground? Why? For some reason I was constantly thinking it's like ground poison, and then has levitate, but no, it doesn't have levitate. It's hypercutter. You're so right. So never mind. Yeah, this was a massive misclick.
I love the fact, because literally for like 3 years, ever since like I first saw Gliscor, I just lived in my own like happy forever land where it's like, oh, what a cool like ground poison, and it looks really cool.
Yeah.
And then I actually like look and it's like, what do you mean this thing isn't poison type?
Yeah. Would you dude, the previous stage is fucking Gligar is literally purple? Come on.
I love the fact that you're in my camp for that. That made my day. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Dude, I was robbed.
But yeah, dude, I swear to God, is the timer low? No, it is 300 seconds. I swear to God, the timer is lower.
It feels like it's not like we're not getting as much time when we're clicking moves, but I also think it's because we're having more decisions to be made. And
I guess that's true. Like compared to like Gen 1 and 2, like there's a lot more things to consider right now. So
exactly.
but yeah,
it's not just 6 items from Six lefties and rest, sleep talk, and whatever else. It's an actual format.
I love set variety.
Yeah.
Although I did have a rest sleep talk on my team. Let's go, Rodom.
I didn't notice that.
But yeah. Sorry for the timer loss. That's unfortunate. Best of luck in game 2 and hopefully game 3 as well. I'll see you after.
See. Yeah, see you.
All right. Well, I mean, he did say he had his moves. I'll be honest, like I've forgotten a lot of them already, but he did give us information on poison jab, so you know, who would I be to not take the free information? I do also think that he said his set. I mean, I know now that he's not extreme speed, which like that's the biggest thing, obviously. But I'm not gonna, you know, we're not gonna worry about that stuff, but I will take the information about everything else that we know. This thing is lefties. Alakazam, we didn't know anything here. Blissey, Seismitos, Healbell, and Soft-Boiled, which, I mean, it does make more sense for it to be Soft-Boiled, and Umbreon we know is special defensive. Empoleon, I don't think we saw anything else from... Oh yeah, we did see Surf. Of course, Jeexx would run Surf and not Hydro Pump. I'm gonna just assume the last one is Ice Beam. I don't know why I keep going, because I'm used to like having 2 tabs. But yeah, I'm gonna assume the last one is like Iron Head or Bullet Punch. I already, like I said, I already forgot because he did say what it was. But yeah, we did get some valuable information. So once again, like sucks obviously that it came down to the timer, but like I said, at least this time, I don't think it luckily mattered. And next, let's go challenge. Let's go Generation 4 OU, and let's bring out the other one. Once again, like, the more I think about things, I would not want to have Roserade as my lead, but we've agreed not to switch these between like games 1 and 2, so I'm gonna do that. Bronzong is terrifying. I don't think it's gonna hit me too hard though. So I'm gonna start by just slaying out a layer of Toxic Spikes. Trick Room. Okay, then let's get some spikes going. Okay, that's fine. Trick Room is annoying, obviously, but I don't mind it that much. We don't know the set yet. The issue here is that he probably has like Earth Power. Witness the Twisted Dimensions. I don't have the greatest switch into this, but at the same time, like, there is nothing this thing can do to really hit Starmie. It's not really gonna hit. It could have, actually, wait. What does this thing get? Bronzong. Actually, I guess I can also check here, like, Bronzong. What's the usual? Offensive, Trick Room. Earthquake, Explosion, Giant Ball, Trick Room. Okay, so not that. He's special. Do you get Earth Power? You don't. Okay, well, do I just go here? I'm gonna go into Jirachi. There's the rocks, okay? I don't think... Would there be any... There is no way there's anything he could do to break my sub, right? The last move... I mean, Bronzong is so naturally slow. It could just be Gyro Ball. But who knows? Okay. That's still fine. Given that he has Trick Room, he's probably gonna be slower than us. But I would like to fish for the... He can only have Flash Fire. Yes, he is. Let's get the 60% para. 60% that we don't hit the para? Okay, well, now we know he's slower, so we can still... I don't have a great switchiness on this, is the issue here. But he's Lava Plume, so I'm gonna assume he's like a bulkier set. Yeah, that doesn't do much. And he burns us... Dude. He burns it with 30%, we don't get the power at 60%, that's fine. I'm gonna spin away the rocks. Actually, I'm gonna recover first and scout for an ability. I'm gonna do that because he could have a ghost type. Okay. Now, this thing is gonna hurt, unfortunately. But how much? We don't do a lot on it is the issue. Triple steel types, by the way. I mean, Heatran is gonna do a lot here, but I do need this thing gone. The issue here is his SDing here always, or going the Rotom Wash. I mean, I don't mind this actually. I could sub again to scout for what he has, because I'm definitely faster. I'm gonna set up another sub. I just wanna see like a bit of the sets. That's not a bad double discharge. It does break the sub, okay? Can you para electric types in Gen 4? Okay, well, you can para it with Body Slam. Getting parried would be really bad, but I'm gonna go for a para, because getting this thing parried means that I can do a lot more with a lot of my other stuff. And yeah, I'm gonna Body Slam. Am I? Do I have a better play here? I could also go Rose Raid here. I don't really need Rose Raid anymore, but she's also a fodder. I guess I would rather save Rose Raid. Okay. I'll be honest. Dude. Okay, he's getting really lucky with the hacks. I'll be honest, I forgot that Rotom is Ghost in this generation. But yeah, at this point, I'd rather sack this thing away. I'm faster. So now the question is, do I go for a Sludge Bomb? Or would I rather... set up another layer of spikes. A lot of his stuff has lefties. Getting this thing poisoned would be massive though, I won't lie. But the toxic, this thing also has levitate, this thing has levitate. Toxic spikes don't do anything. I think I'd rather get this thing poisoned if I could. He could also just be faster than me. I'm gonna set up a spike, because if I go Sludge Bomb and he goes Scizor, okay. The Celebi does have natural cure though. This could be Calm Mind is the issue, but like, it's already poisoned. I'm not gonna let you set up on me. I'd rather give up my Rose Raid at this point. I haven't given him information about a lot of my stuff, but like, Breloom is like, if I get Chip on like Heatran and Bronzong, like Breloom looks really good here. But Dragonite is looking, after Bronzong is gone, like actually really good. Your turn? Okay, we do live, which is really good here. Bronzong is back. Okay, now we do know it's levitates. Now the question is, okay, he is clicking Trick Room, right? And now the question is, how much do I take from Bronzong's Psychic. How much time do I have? Plenty. I want it to be a bronze on blank and give me psychic. Okay, psychic does way too much on me. I could go for another layer of spikes, which actually I don't mind. Because then I can bring in Heatran safely. Yeah, you know what? At this point, I'm gonna set up a third layer of spikes and just die here. We do see the fourth move. It is Gyro Ball, so this thing literally cannot touch my Heatran. I have 30 seconds left. I'm gonna go my own Heatran. And he's gonna go into his Heatran expecting a fire type move, and I'm gonna boom him with Earth Power. This is very obvious. In hindsight, I probably should go for Stealth Rock over this, but actually I'm faster probably than his Heatran. Yeah, let's go Stealth Rock. This is safer. Is this at a Trick Room here? Then I'm a little boomed. Alright. The way he brought this thing in makes me think that it might be Scarf. There's no you have a problem. I don't think I need Breloom for anything in this game, honestly. I think at this point, like, it's gotta be a sweep with Dragonite. So let's just sack Breloom here. I'm gonna assume this thing is Scarfed. But this makes more sense now that he's... Okay. That is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. And now the question is that I can't calc if it's banded damage is the issue here. I'm gonna click Focus Punch and we'll see what happens. Actually, I'm gonna click Mach Punch. That's fine. I'm gonna put this thing to sleep. But he doesn't have a way to get rid of the hazards, which is nice. Obviously this thing like walls me pretty heavily, but like this thing is the biggest issue for the most part for me. But we get like, we're getting more recovery thanks to Poison Heal here. So I'm just gonna click Seed Bomb now. Be stay asleep, thank you. Seed Bomb kills, he might swap here. And do I predict the switch? Do I need to predict the switch? I'm gonna predict the switch. Okay. Makes sense. I'm gonna predict the switch again. He's not giving it to me. And at this point, this thing is like going to die. So I'm gonna take some damage. I'm just gonna Seed Bomb. Yeah, I was like, he was always gonna sack it at that point. So, and we're all almost back to full. And now suddenly, Breloom actually looks really good here. The issue is Heatran coming in. Anything else, I'm not worried. If Heatran comes in, I unfortunately think, yeah, I think I need to click Mach Punch here, unfortunately. Or, do I? He's more scared of me than I am of him, right? Definitely. It's time. Don't burn, don't burn, don't burn. Thank you. And now we click Dragon Dance. And I hope I live. I definitely don't. Do I just Earthquake? I'm not gonna risk it. I'm gonna Earthquake. If he brings in Bronzong, that's fine. If he brings in Bronzong, like, me clicking Dragon Dance doesn't matter, because I'm not going to be able to touch this thing, so I would rather do this. And now the issue here is I can't touch this thing, and I'm going to bring in Jirachi. Jirachi is kind of, like, good still, but yeah, like, he was always going to do this, which is the issue. And like he can't break my sub, so this way I at least get 2 turns of a Trick Room gone. And yeah, like that's not doing anything. Fuck. It's doing enough, actually. Okay, that was actually... The issue is I can't click Fire Punch. I can't. Because if he switches in Heatran, yeah. I'm clicking sub. I don't care. Okay, that's fine. Because Heatran is taking so much chip again. I can put up a sub. And now he's going to be slower than me. I need this thing to get paralyzed. Or I to get paralyzed. That's awesome. At this point, I need this thing. Trick Room is ending, so I have to unfortunately sack this. Please get power. Thank you. Okay. Full power. Let's go! Okay, and now we start playing the video game. It's time to click Iron Head. 60% to flinch or the paralysis. It's time. Now we play the video game. I'm literally gonna do this. Okay, until I was gonna say like until I die. And now I'm faster than him. He can bring a Bronzong here. I think I'm gonna bring in this thing and just surf. Because this thing covers better for Bronzong coming in. The biggest issue at this point is Bronzong. He can bring in Scizor, but like that's still fine. Scizor is also like taking a good amount of chip. Like at this point, like Celebi almost dies to the hazards. And like if he switches out of Heatran, he almost dies to the chip. Okay, yeah. Bronzong, it was always gonna be Bronzong. Now he's gonna set up Trick Room. And now the question is, how do I survive this Trick Room? And I'm gonna start by rapid spinning the rocks away. Gyro Ball. Interesting. Let's see if we can get a paralysis on this thing. Okay, there's Trick Room. That's fine. Because he needs to switch out of Bronzong to do anything to me. Because I have Recover. And Thunderbolt always has the para scare. So if I'm Hing, I go into T-Tar here. Because I'm going to assume it's Scarfed with Pursuit. Yeah, there we go. There's Tyranitar. And now it's going to click Pursuit on me. I'm going to really quickly do this thing. Tyranitar, Choice Scarf. Pursuit doesn't kill me. Crunch does. Surf. Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt doesn't kill. Do I click Surf? I think if I'm him, I'm always clicking Pursuit. I'm going to call it the Pursuit. He clicks Crunch. That is actually... That is kind of a psychotic play, I'm not going to lie. But that's fine. Last turn of Trick Room. We go into this. We click E-Speed. There we go. And now I think the issue here is I think we lose the Bronzong. Because Trick Room ended on such a like bad turn. If he just goes Bron. Is he clicking Swords Dance or is he clicking? This game might come down to, is he clicking Swords Dance or is he clicking what? I say he's clicking Swords Dance. Okay, he clicked Bullet Punch. But we live. I'm gonna, how much time do I have? Not enough. Brick Break is gonna do a lot to me, but unfortunately I do need to go into this. Please go Heatran. 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 Don't go Bronzong. 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 I'm never clicking a fire move. Am I clicking a fire move ever? I'm faster than Heatran. No, I'm always clicking a fire move. This thing dies, right? Okay, perfect. This thing actually, like, it always came down to Bronzong. It was always gonna go down to Bronzong. I'm faster than this thing though, so yeah. Yeah, because he was made to last trick room. Holy shit! What a game. I mean, I can always still miss. What a game. GG. That might have been one of my favorite games ever in this whole series. Dude.
I believe you have a problem, good sir.
Your field
I believe you have a
so
problem.
funny, right? Okay, you have 3 steel types and 2 levitators. Literally, the 4 layers of spikes don't do anything to like half your team. Dude.
Yeah, I was saying the same, that like it's kind of funny how I happen to have half my team be steel types, so the toxic spikes are irrelevant, and then the spikes themselves are partially relevant because I have at least 2 levitators, and then the stealth rocks at the end there, obviously, because I hadn't been switching some of them in because I knew they would be taking an insane amount of damage, like T-Tar, Celebi, and Heatran. But at the end there, I had to start doing it, and they got just chipped for like 30% because of the sandstorm and everything as well.
Dude, if Breloom popped the fuck off.
Oh yeah. The sleep, the 5-turn sleep or something. Yeah, I agree.
Oh, it was 3, but yeah, still.
The 16 turns of sleep. Yeah.
What were you going for?
Shadow Ball.
Okay, well.
It's just one shot 100% of the time. So.
I loved myself like doing all sorts of Google searches here, like going, can you paralyze electric types in Gen 4? And completely ignoring the fact that the reason why in my other team I have Rodom as my defensive mon, not only because it gets Willow, is because it's a ghost type, so it can block rapid spin. And then I'm just like here with no worries, just clicking body slam on a ghost type, thinking I'm a genius. Also, dude, me not getting the body slam para of a 60% chance with Serene Grace, and you immediately burning me with Lava Plume and immediately paralyzing me with Discharge is like, all right, man.
Man, you know what they say.
So I think the
good karma.
I think the 3 turns of sleep was, just the world replaying what it owed me.
I believe that my karma was stronger than your karma in that situation, and therefore I deserved to wake up and hit all.
Fuck you.
See, this is what happens when you set 3 different types of hazards. The world just goes like, nah, buddy, Serene Grace ain't gonna hit. You ain't gonna get a fucking fire.
But bro, Bronzor is a fucking problem.
Yeah! So, as you probably figured out, the idea here was I made my team Giga weak, Giga slow, and I had 2 Trick Roomers. I had Celebi and I had Bronzong. And obviously the goal was to use Caesar for bullet punching after an SD if I felt like I couldn't hit you for anything under Trick Room, and that would probably chunk you out for a lot every time. And then obviously I had a Cursed T-Tar, Earthquake, Crunch, Curse, and Stone Edge.
Yeah.
So the idea would be after Bronzong, if Bronzong dies after setting Trick Room or something, I just switch into T-Tar, I click Curse, and I then start clicking Crunch, Stone Edge, and Earthquake. It was Lifties, not Banded. Originally, I was thinking, or not even Scarfed. I was thinking Scarfed originally, but then I figured that's stupid if I'm playing Trick Room.
Yeah. And
then Heatran obviously was minimum speed with Lava Plume for its only attacking move, actually. Then it had Rest, Roar, and something that I'm drawing a blank on.
Stealth Rock, yeah.
No rocks, yeah. I had 2 Rock Setters because I was originally worried that I wouldn't be getting rocks off on Bronzong. Because my original plan was to play Trick Room, have this thing get 1-shot probably, because I would assume it would get 1-shot by like physical attacking Firemon, but no Infernape support present here, and I don't think Infernape can even 1-shot this unless it's like banded and shit.
Probably not.
Double check.
Actually, what was your Bronzong EV spread?
Oh yeah, Flare Blitz kills clean.
It's banded,
131%.
But is it banded? Flare Blitz?
Yeah, banded Flare Blitz.
Okay,
yeah.
It was
max HP, max special defense, and then 4 attack.
Okay, gotcha.
EVs. Also zero speed IVs on Bronzong, Caesar, Celebi, Heatran, and Ditar. Rotom was the only one that I left them on because he has hidden power fighting. So
yeah, makes sense. Yeah, Bronzong even lives Fire Blast off my Heatran because I'm not running investment. I'm like bulky max speed Heatran.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like under 30 base special attack. That's plenty enough, right?
I mean, clearly, yeah. I think it 2 shots Jirachi, right?
I think it's still like, if it's not special defense, I think it's still like 1 shots it. But
oh yeah, Lava Plume is 2 shot. It's 53 to 63. But this is, I think, special defense.
Check. Give me Jirachi OU utility Fire Blast.
Fire Blast is 80 to 95.
Yeah. Okay.
And I have like
but
1 point
it
of
is
investment.
that on like a uninvested, yeah. I see. But yeah, it was like mostly, this was kind of the case where it's like I had this was when I was talking about like it's 4 favorite mons and then 2 that I need for something. For this, like Heatran was the one of the 2 last additions, which was like I needed a Gen 4 mon and I needed a Rocker, and like it also just gave me a Fire type, which was obviously very good. So I was like, you know what, Heatran actually fits in this team like perfectly.
I was originally thinking of just running like some kind of weird, like a Baton Pass setup. Obviously, Baton Pass isn't legal in this format even, I think. But like originally I was thinking of just figuring out a way I could buff my Caesar by spreading status elements, like spikes, rocks, so on and so forth. And then hopefully use Caesar with an SD and like a max speed investment, even bullet punch, not close combat. What was the one that I was thinking of? Big break. And then I have Roost on it so that I can sustain against anything that can actually kill it. And then I was hoping to go from there, but I felt like that wasn't interesting, and that was just kind of very prone to falling apart. And then I ran into the idea of running a Trick Room, and then it kind of just like slotted into place where I was looking at the stuff that is available in the tier. I was like, dude, this is like a pretty versatile team overall. Like I have a big weakness to fighting, but I have Rotom Wash for that.
Yeah, but you have Rotom Wash, like you have multiple Psychic types, because like that was one thing. Like I was gonna say, like I really like your Bronzong set, because like the one thing is like Breloom, for example, like was really good here, but like Breloom just explodes to Psychic, for example.
Yeah.
So which is obviously like Bronzong usually like you don't. It's hard to come up with like Psychic coverage, but like I think like you don't really need the 4th move, and it kind of nice like plucks a lot of weaknesses that your team otherwise has. Yeah, which is really neat. So I especially like that set on Bronzong, but I found this team like it was really neat. I will say I do think it's fitting for us for our first venture into Generation 4 to be like your field just has 5 hazards on it. Because like welcome Stealth Rocks, welcome Tux, but we got so much stuff now.
I think a big mistake that I made was not having rapid spin. You can make the argument that the gyro ball could have been a rapid spin because I think this learns rapid spin, right? No, it doesn't.
It doesn't? Okay, because I was going to say, but Bronzong definitely gets it, but I guess he gets it later then?
Interesting.
Because like Modern Bronzong definitely gets rapid spin.
It looks like it would spin.
Yeah.
Same with like Balto and Claydol, right? They look like they would spin.
I mean, yeah, it has gyro ball, which literally like, at least in the anime, is like them spinning up and then like crashing into the opponent, so...
That makes a lot of sense. Also, the gyro ball being giga slow, minimum speed investment, absolutely 0 speed, 63 speed, Trick Room, Prage.
It's nice. I like it.
Also, the names. Your names. I did not actually notice the names in the second game. Let me see. Borderlands, Black Ops. Oh, just your favorite games of all time, I think.
Oh. You can find it to be a little more specific. Favorite games of what genre?
Me shooters, I guess.
Yeah, you're gonna get other sorts of games later. But yeah, this is favorite shooters of all time.
And the first one was your gamer tags that you used for stuff.
My 3 personas, yes. I mean,
oh my god, he's got multiple personas.
Resident Ninja 27, Weebfox, and the Emma Gamer Pro. You know, we're entering Gen 4. I'm just using a bunch of my favorite monsters. Like, it just felt fitting. And then after that, like, it was just like, all right, like my favorite something else. And then like they played a shooter, so like, you know, this makes sense. the Borderlands.
Yeah, that's good.
Need to pass the test to be the very best.
Yeah, it's from Tenacious D's. I think it's to be the best. Yeah, to be the best. And then, in a way, it worked out really well because Caesar is the best, and then T-Tar is the test. You're getting checked for T-Tar coverage, bro.
Can you pass the Pursuit coin flip? Is it gonna click Pursuit or not?
I'm like legitimately baffled because I was scrolling through T-Tar's move pool, and it's like half of these moves are used. Like this Pokemon is insane.
There is a reason why it's been one of the most popular Pokemon ever since it came out, despite being a fucking rock type.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it also has Sandstream, which kind of makes it good because of the rock type, right? Because it becomes a defensive wall.
Later, yeah. Obviously, like earlier.
Wait, don't they get the buffs anymore?
Anything, but what?
Or don't they get the buffs yet?
Oh, they do. Like Generation 4 is literally the generation that makes it that rock types get 50% more speed F in sand.
Yeah. Also, mad respect for the Rotom Wash shiny. This shit looks angry as hell.
It's fire. It's really fire.
Yeah. Also, my first team, the names were just characters from Persona 3. Because we were listening to Persona 3 soundtracks before we started making this. Because I was trying to figure out a team, like lyrics from a song that I could put in to have Caesar be like the best #1 ace or some other equivalent to being like the greatest. And then it happened that the version of Burn My Dread that plays in the intro to Persona 3 Fest ends with Lotus Juice singing the lyrics, and I'm the ace. And I was originally thinking that would work. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Since we didn't get to see, what were you running on Alakazam in game?
Psychic, Focus Blast,
Energy specs,
Ball, Hidden Power, Electric.
I was literally
specs.
like, because that's why Alakazam. Because I think Alakazam in Gen 4 is actually UU, but I think it's like genuinely really scary because of like it has a good speed tier, and it's like I was genuinely like, okay, there's 3 ways this can go. It's gonna be specs, or it's gonna be like a Calm Mind substitute with 2 attacks, or it's gonna be like Calm Mind or substitute with 3 attacks. Like it has so many things it can do, which is scary.
I was thinking first that I would run Expert Belt with like Psychic, not Focus Blast, something. Like I would have been running something with like, a lot of coverage, and then maybe like some utility move.
I mean, I think you need Focus Blast literally for it to run it.
To deal with T-Tar, yeah.
Because otherwise because you die to Pursuit even if you don't switch out, so you need something to hit it back with, and obviously Focus Blast just kill. I think it kills it even through sand, like even with specs.
I think so, because like, it has to be sand because T-Tar comes out. So
yeah, I mean it's always gonna be sand, but it's like let me
Expert Belt, Focus Blast kills, yeah.
I mean Focus Blast even. Actually, this is Life Orb. Give me no item. Okay, it doesn't. Okay, it's a 56% chance to OHKO without an item. Right. If you're timid.
HP fighting with timid is with specs also has a chance of one-shotting. It's a 50% chance to one-shot actually. So there's an argument to be made that I should have been running HP fighting instead of Focus Blast to have a chance.
Okay, but Focus Blast is 70% accurate. HP fighting is 50% to kill.
Yeah, so. Yeah. That's why people run this over that, right? Because it's more likely.
Unfortunately, we have entered the era where a lot of the times you just need to have Focus Blast, and sometimes you lose games because you miss the 70% accurate move. But unfortunately, it's a necessary evil.
Unfortunately.
The bulky core in your first team was also like, it was really hard to break through.
Umbreon, I'm taking most of the hits pretty well. I was surprised that I was taking stuff with Umbreon even though it wasn't like defensively invested with special defense investment. I could probably arguably gone for more defense investment because I had Blissey to switch into anything that was going to be special. And then obviously Gliscor took anything physical pretty well. And then the rest were pretty okay. I think the main thing that the first team fell apart to was just the lack of actual firepower. Because I ran into the situation where I was thinking I can put Lucario in here and I can use Lucario to go swinging, but then I realized, wait, I can't actually kill anything that you have, even with Life Orb.
I mean, I think like I like the team as is. I think like if you didn't lead with Alakazam and you led with something else, and you maybe had like Stealth Rock and something else, like I think then it works.
So-
Just the issue also is like you have 2 damage dealers in this team. One of them died turn 1, so then it's like,
Yeah.
all right, what are we gonna do here?
So, for context,
Yeah.
before we started the match, let me see. I was thinking out loud to myself, yes, I wonder what I should be doing with this team. I feel like I could be leading with Umbreon, because Makoto is the main character of Persona 3. It's Makoto Yuki or Minato Arisato. So obviously I was leading with Umbreon at first, because that was the first one I put in the team. And then I was talking about it for a bit, and Cloudy, because I was like, I could just lead with Alakazam and try to click Psychic every time. And Cloudy said, do it, no balls.
I mean, to
And I
be
did it.
fair, there is a 50-50 because, like, obviously, I had 2 teams. Like, we have agreed that we're not going to switch leads in between the teams. And those 2 leads were Infernape, which, if it was the Bandit set, I just explode in that case. And I don't have a
And if it
switch
was
into a
Roserade.
Spec Psychic. If it was the other team, it's Roserade. The fuck am I going to do about a fucking Alakazam clicking its moves? So, to be fair, like, it did, like... If you're thinking about it like with what ended up happening, it was unfortunate. But if you're thinking about it like with your team mind or stuff like that, it's like it's not a like bad idea.
The result-based thinking here implies that I shouldn't lead with Alakazam, but the theoretical like thinking here would imply that I should always be leading with Alakazam in this team, because Alakazam can't take a hit, so I can't switch it in, and I can't really pivot to it easily. I would need to do like a slow U-turn, but I don't have a U-turn on here on anyone. So it ends up being a situation where either I start with Alakazam and one-shot whatever is in front of me and then switch out, or I switch it in and pray that it doesn't get one shot.
Yeah, I was like more thinking at that point like it's gonna come in after a KO, because like
Or
usually
revenge
when you
killer,
have like a couple like really fast sweepers and a like really defensive core, usually like you would like to like operate that where like you're not bringing them in like just let me just hard switch into this and hope it doesn't die, and it's rather than okay, I've gotten chip, I've gotten some hazard, I've gotten some tempo with my defensive core, I have so many of these, I can let one of these go down, I can bring in this Mon for free now, and then I can click either a setup move or in Alakazam's case, like Psychic a couple of times and probably take some KOs.
I wonder, because Empoleon was here mostly just because I figured I want to have something that has water moves for water coverage, because I didn't have anything that has water coverage here, right? I'm wondering if there would be a world where I run a slower Mon that can take a hit with U-turn and legitimately use that for like pivoting around my defensive core. Like, what Pokemon would that even end up being? Like, I feel like it would have to be... Like, Scizor can't take a hit from fire, but it would probably be an option, because it's pretty slow. It's got decent enough ways of keeping itself alive, and it's got an okay amount of utility. And also hits like a truck.
Yeah, I don't actually remember, because like U-turn is a move that like the more time passes, like everything just starts getting U-turn. But like I don't even remember at this point like what stuff even gets U-turn.
Fucking Primeape gets U-turn?
I mean, you know,
What do you mean?
why not?
Why? Why? Infernape gets U-turn. Oh yeah, that's true.
I mean, yeah,
Oh, wait,
it is what I click to kill your Alakazam.
Yeah. Wait, I'm thinking here. Could that work? Because it also gives me fire coverage.
I mean, it's not
Like-
bad. I mean, Infernape is not living any move that's
it
not
can't take
resisted,
hits,
but yeah.
True.
But I mean, for
178,
this team, like,
178.
Nape is like definitely not bad. I mean, at this point, like, if you have a like pivoting Nape and you have Lucario as a late game sweeper, then like this is being a lot like my team. Obviously, my team was a lot more like offensive. It was a bulky Mons that the spreads were there to click moves, but also I don't remember if I did use Roar on my Latias. The reason for Latias was like there were so many Mons in here that I was afraid of like them setting up with shit like substitute, like stuff like Heatran and I had another one in my mind. Stuff like Heatran and Jirachi are both like really hard to deal with Latias, where it, like neither like I'm not hitting them very hard. They're probably not hitting me too hard either. But like if they set up a sub, like I'm gonna get smoked if they hit me with a, like in Jiraiya's case, like a para, or in Heatran's case, like a burn. So that's why I wanted to have Roar for substitutes, because obviously it would make more sense for Roar to be in the other team where I'm actually stacking hazards, because in the other one I had a single stealth walker in Swampert and that's it. So the Roar was literally there because my Latias was more like a defensive support set, because it was, the idea there was to click Thunderwave on a few Mons and then like be able to sweep with the other stuff, because like Banded Tyranitar is still like very slow. That's why I was initially like thinking of going Scarf T-Tar, but I really wanted the punching power to be able to actually blow up stuff even while clicking Pursuit, because I think like Pursuit trapping is just so good. So that's why I really wanted to have the band. So then I ended up pivoting from the initial Ladia set, which also was like a more defensive set with like Thunder. I think I was Recover, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, and I never remember. Did I have Roar at that point? I'm not sure. But like regardless, like the idea was there for that, but something then in that mode, like so substitute mons really hurt me, so that's why I ended up going for Roar initially.
I actually kind of forgot that Roar goes through sub until I read it earlier while I was looking at my own Roar, being like, I wonder if this works. And then it explains that yes, it does go through sub, but it doesn't break it.
Yeah.
Your teams, it felt like it was too risky to actually be clicking Roar.
Yeah,
but you were setting us up with Jirachi.
But it's all the what's his face?
Sound-based moves.
All sound moves go through substitute.
Yeah. Like Hyper Voice and Pixelated something.
And Pixelated Hyper Voice. Yes.
Pixelated is like an effect.
Pixelated is an ability that you get on Mega Gardevoir and Sylveon,
right? Yeah.
It just
turns any normal type sound-based moves too.
Yeah, all
sound-based moves too.
Lates are like add a power to them and make them this type.
Oh, I see. But yeah, I think that was overall a good set, even though I got my ass beat in the second game and I lost the timer first game.
Yeah, like I think the second game that we had like was definitely one of my favorite games that we even had thus far. Obviously, I'm gonna be biased towards Gen 4 because I like a physical special split. I think just opens the whole game wide in a lot of ways, but still, like I think you navigated the mid game like so well, and I think like there were a lot of like scenarios like the mind games with like, are you gonna swap off Rotom? I'm gonna click focus, but are you okay?
No,
I'm just
like I had choice specs and I had Shadow Ball.
Yeah, so you were just like, I'm killing this motherfucker.
I switch in. Anything that I switch in can die because it takes a billion chip and it takes a hit from your Breloom. I'm just gonna gamble on killing your Breloom and dying after.
That's fair.
And like I figured that makes more sense overall than trying to be like, I'm gonna switch in T-Tar because he's probably not gonna be using a fighting type move because I'm on a ghost, man.
Yeah, I mean,
like, no.
The only moves that I had were grass or fighting type moves anyway, so it was like Tyranitar was going to perish no matter what it did.
Literally every one of my Pokemon other than Celebi is like weak to fighting, so I mean I guess not Caesar and Bronzong, they're neutral, but still.
Yeah, and at that point, like I also think it does make sense because like anything you're switching in is taking like 30% just passively off the hazards.
Yeah, and the Sandstream as well.
Yeah, I mean, you have two mons that take damage from Sandstream actually, so.
Yeah, and they both died because of it.
Yeah. Also, okay, final thing. Can we talk about my EV spreads? The U-turn, my Rose Raid lived with 1%, and
dude, that was insane.
The bullet punch on my Dragonite who lived with 1%.
Yeah. I was legit looking at things like, how is this possible? How did this man live? Was it like 2 points in HP or something?
Dragonite, the 4 points that I usually just throw in HP, the 4 points, they're in defense.
Damn.
And it was definitely for that exact moment that I knew that I had a bigger chance to live if I was at 40% and I got hit by Scizor's bullet punch.
You know, there's this scene in JoJo Part 2 where Joseph is fighting against cars in the volcano, right?
Yeah.
And Joseph gets his arm cut off, like his hand cut off, so he doesn't have a hand. And he's just panicking because he has no plan. He has no fucking idea what's going on. And then the volcano erupts. And in that moment, his cut off hand just grabs Cars by the neck. And Cars is like, "You motherfucker! You planned this from the beginning, didn't you?" And then he was like, "Nah," he's thinking to himself, "Nah, I didn't actually think of any about this, like about this at all. But if I say that I did, it's gonna piss him the fuck off." And that's how I feel right now.
That's fire. But yeah.
I'm getting shit on by
Yeah.
happenstance.
I'm obviously bummed out about the timer thing, but I am happy to cut your, if there was gonna be a time to cut off the win streak before it gets too crazy, I think it was gonna be the start of Gen 4, so.
Okay.
Now we've entered the era of it's actually back and forth. We've both got our win streaks, and now we can have a nice, healthy back and forth going.
Man with a 22 record says now we can have a healthy back and forth.
It can't be a 23 record, because isn't this this is episode 22?
Episode 22. Yeah. Now you have a 20 and 2 record.
Oh.
You've won 20 times, and I have two wins. I've yeah. Yeah.
You know what they say, like the rich people are going to be the stingy about their money.
True. Me when I go like, yes, I have $1 gazillion, and a guy is like, hey, can I have 2? And you're
Fuck
like,
no, baby.
No.
But yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Was this or UUBL or OU? I'm gonna assume
OU.
OU here. Yeah, okay.
Just directly OU. Because
I
I assume Technician and BP with Roost also makes it like really strong.
Yeah, and like
Roost is really good.
There's a lot of stuff that obviously makes him really good as well. Like the biggest things like giving him trouble are stuff like Heatran, but stuff like Heatran and Nape. But he has like a lot of like good matchup. Obviously Tyranitar being one of the best mons in the tier, so means that he's really good. So
Sanj. Roost is no longer in Gen 9 on Caesar.
yeah, he was too good.
You still OU though.
Sometimes, I mean, any mon that has a quadruple weakness, giving them terrestrialization is kind of fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Because
I'd actually consider that.
You thinking, I'm just gonna explode the Scizor. Scizor turns into a fire type. Now the thing that you thought was gonna kill it is gonna take 12% from, set up a Swords Dance, and now you're thinking there, alright, well, this thing has Bullet Punch, Close Combat, and Bug Bite. I am going to fucking perish. What the fuck do you want me to do?
Bug Buzz, you mean? Or
Bug Bite. Because it's 60 base power exactly, which means that with Technician you have a 90 base power.
Oh, these aren't in order. What the fuck? That's weird.
If you scroll, you can see why. Because it has usually useless moves.
Why would they consider it usually useless? It's fucking 120 power, right?
It's 90, but it's usually useless because almost always Scizors are gonna want to have Bullet Punch, U-turn, SD, and then a coverage move as the last one. So actually, a lot of Scizors don't run Bug Bite. But in the future, if you ever see me run Scizor, like just a heads up, there is a 99% chance that it has Bug Bite.
Bro gonna be running Caesar and be like, yep, Caesar is my favorite mon, guys.
I don't in general, I don't actually even know if like people in general run it, but like when I played in the Sun and Moon format, like I use Caesar quite a bit, like when I played ladder, and like Bug Bite did me so well, so that's why it holds a special place in my heart.
I see.
But yeah, that's gonna be it for us. Well, what are we thinking? Gen 4, excited?
Yippee, physical attacks, yippee. Me go brrr. Me click crunch, and crunch does damage.
I was also...
Me click pursuit, and it damage.
I also popped off when like we sent out our first Mons, and I just saw the Gen 4 Infernape sprite. I was just like, oh, I'm 10 years old again. This is great. But yeah, I'm excited. I think that's a banger way to start off Gen 4. And if I lost, I would have said that fuck everything, this sucks. No, for real. For realsies. I think it was a very good back and forth set, even though like the 2-0 does not tell the whole story, definitely.
Yeah, the 22 win-loss record doesn't tell the whole story.
No, it does not.
No. me when I lost 0-4, but it was close.
Okay, but
it doesn't tell that the whole
okay, but sometimes
two, okay?
the scoreline is gonna like make, because something 0 just makes you think it was a wash.
True.
And I don't think there's any world where you could consider these a wash.
We actually had a moment back in crossover when Arky fought a guy and Arky beat him, I think 2-1. And Arky reported 2-1, but the TO put it down as 2-0. So afterwards, after we noticed this, we went to talk to the TO to suggest that he changes it. Because having your record be 2-0 instead of 2-1 might feel worse if you're reading it later, right?
Yeah.
So.
Good on you for changing that.
You got mad at us.
I don't think I have anything more to say. That I'm happy to be in Gen 4. I'm gonna go render and upload the video, and hopefully after 4 hours it's gonna be up.
Yippee!
Yay.
Bro, when do they give Caesar fake out?
He would be crazy.
Honestly, yeah, like I think giving him fake out would be a really good addition. Because I was thinking about that earlier, like, oh, it's weird that he doesn't have fake out. Because it feels like it would be a perfect move for him.
Brother, what the yo, go back. Did I just see Darkrai and Deoxys Speed in OU?
I think these are wait, what? Oh, this is fucking Gen 9? Yeah. Gen 9 Several Edges in OU. Oh, Clefable is in OU. Alomamola is in OU.
Oh wait, never mind. I forgot the Dark Void, I think, is now 50% accuracy. Okay, that does make sense then. I was like, what the fuck do you mean?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
you're
then
right.
It makes more sense, because the move is obviously ass. I was gonna say, like, brother, what the fuck do you mean Darkrai in OU? But to be fair though, it's Gen 9, so I'm not even that surprised. That fucking format is like, the Mons in Gen 9 are fucked up.
Yes, I do agree. I do wholeheartedly agree. DUU. What the fuck is a DUU?
Double C, underused.
I see. DU, bro. Okay.
Not like it doesn't matter in VGC, obviously, because it be what it be. Anyways, we're gonna call it there. Almost hour and a half. Fuck, but I mean, I'll live. Hopefully, maybe, probably not. I think I'm gonna turn to dust and die. Regardless, thank you for the games, gamer, and will I see you tomorrow?
I don't know what set we're playing tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
I said that I would tell you at the start of Pokemon, and now it's the end of Pokemon. You're right. I will.
It was the start of good times.
Yes, I will let you know the sets in a minute, but thank you for gaming as always, and I will see you sometime next week. Enjoy your stream, and thank you for taking the time as always.
Thanks for playing.
Bye-bye.
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 Oh yeah, I forgot to end the video. Thank you for watching. See you next time for Gen 4 UU. Bye-bye.